You have decided to stop drinking. That's great. But now you have to replace your drinking habit with something else. Keep watching, because I'm going to talk about what are some of the habits that you need to develop in sobriety that will help you to kick the drinking habit once and for all. This is Alex Rivera with Activation Energy, and today we're going to talk about the habits that you need to establish if you want to keep your sobriety going. Like the name implies, a drinking habit is a habit, which means that you have trained yourself over time to drink under certain situations and circumstances. Chances are you're drinking at certain times of the day, at certain moments, almost in automatic, not even thinking about it, just like brushing your teeth or driving somewhere. 6 o'clock comes and it's time to drink a beer. Or it might be that you're going to watch football on Sunday and that means drinking at your buddy's place. So whatever it is, you have now developed a habit of drinking in certain places, certain moments, certain times of the day, and habits are very hard to break. You have to replace one habit with another, because if you don't do something else instead of drinking, you're gonna be just white knuckling. That means you're just gonna be using your will and just trying to not drink, and willpower will only take you so far, because I don't believe that willpower will help you to stay stopped in the long run. It is the habits and the routine that we establish in sobriety that keeps us going, that keep the momentum going to stay stuck. So a good habit to begin with is to start sleeping better. So coming up with a sleeping routine that will allow you to feel good the next day is critical. When you first stop drinking, it might be very difficult to establish this routine, because you might feel very anxious and because you might feel a rush of strong emotions that you were quelling down with all the drinking that you were doing, and now they're all rushing up to the surface. It is very common for people who have been drinking too much for a very long time to have a very disrupted patterns of sleeping. Developing a new sleeping routine will help you to feel much better. So pick up a time where you're going to go to sleep and try to respect it as much as you can. Be disciplined about it. Even if you don't fall asleep immediately, you start training your mind and your body to go to sleep at a certain time. You're going to start getting real sleep. Not the type of sleep that you get when you just pass out, but real, restful, wholesome sleep. Another habit that is very useful but took me a while to adopt is journaling. Journaling will allow you to see your emotions and your thoughts on paper, and will allow you to understand what's going on with you concretely. So if you're feeling upset, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling anxious, you can capture these feelings and then try to figure out where all of this stuff is coming from. When I started journaling, I started writing down what were the things that I did well throughout the day. Because I used to have this idea that most of the decisions are made were stupid and that everything I did was bad. So by me writing down what were the things that I did throughout the day, I could show to myself that that was not the case, that I could make good decisions, that I was able to go through a day and do things that were right for me and for others. So journaling has many, many benefits. So if you don't have a journal, buy a notebook and start writing down what are your thoughts, what are your feelings, what are the things that you experience on a day-to-day basis, and start getting some insights into what's going on in your mind. Another habit that is very useful is to practice gratitude. Now, what does that mean? Practice gratitude means conscientiously thinking about what are the things that surround you that you feel thankful for. Because for you to be able to be watching this video, there are so many things that are going right in your life. You have a mind that you can use. You probably have a house, a shelter that will protect you from the environment. Most likely you have food to eat. If you're watching this on your phone or on a computer, you have technology that can help you on your day-to-day life. So there is a lot to be grateful for. And that also includes the people in your life that care about you, that think of you, and that take care of you. So use the journal that you're going to be using now and get into the practice of writing down the things that you are grateful for. Do this every day, in the morning or at night. Write at least 5 things that you feel grateful for, because this will frame your mind in a different direction. You will stop focusing so much on the things that are going wrong, and you can start thinking about the things that are going right as well. So in the beginning, it might seem difficult for you to think about what are some things you're grateful for. But if you think for a minute, you will realize that there is a lot to be grateful for. The next habit is starting an exercise routine. You have heard me say this in this channel time and time again. There are so many benefits, not just for your health, but for your mind. And there's no exercise that is easiest and healthiest than walking, because most everybody can start a walking routine. That's what I did when I started in my sobriety journey. I decided to go for a walk around my neighborhood, and that's been my habit for the past 4 years. I almost never miss a walk, even when it's raining. Sometimes I just put a coat and go for a walk. And the more I do this, the more I realize how great it is. Now I don't even have to think about it. Those days where I have to skip a walk for some reason or another, I feel like there is something missing. So going for a walk will help your cardiovascular system, will help to clear your mind and your thoughts. If you're ruminating about drinking or if you're feeling anxious, going for a walk will be very, very beneficial, and it's very healthy for you. Going to the gym and doing other type of cardiovascular exercise and strength training, all of these things are very healthy for you, and they also help you to stay away from drinking, because you can use the time that you use for drinking, you can use it now to do something much more healthy, like doing exercise, and you can replace the bad habit with a super great habit, which is doing exercise. Let me know what are some of the habits that are helping you to stay sober. Comment below so we can all benefit from your experience. The next habit is make a list of fun things, fun activities that you enjoy doing. It could be hobbies that you used to do a long time ago or when you were a kid, or things that you want to try that you've never found the time to do. Now that you're not drinking, you're able to explore these activities or pick up the activities that you enjoyed doing in the past. So if you are musically inclined, then you can play an instrument, or you can learn a new skill. You can learn how to knit or do gardening or cooking or coding or any number of things that might be of interest to you. And picking up a new hobby will take the time that you used for drinking and allow you to do something that is fun, entertaining, and that is very absorbing, so you don't have to be thinking about drinking all the time. Doing a fun activity is self-reinforcing, because you don't really have to force yourself to do something that you enjoy and that is fun. So pick up a hobby or do things that you like doing and have fun. The final habit I have here for you is to come up with a list of goals for yourself and start working and making progress on these goals every day. Many times people tell me when they stop drinking, they feel aimless, they feel bored, they don't know what to do with themselves and with their lives. So why not do things that will help you become a better version of yourself, a you 2.0? But for that to happen, you need to be very clear about where you're going. So you need to set up some goals for yourself and then start making progress on these goals every day. So let's say you want to start a new business. So you need to learn what are all the pieces of this business that need to come together for it to be a reality. You need to figure out what are the things that you need to learn, what are all the resources that you need to put together, and you need to start working on it. So by having a goal, then you can create a plan, and then you can work your way through the plan in order to achieve these goals. And I would say this is one of the most important things for you to do in sobriety, but also in your life as part of your personal growth and your personal development. You have to set up meaningful goals for your life, for your family, for your finances, for your soul, that you can work on every day, a little bit at a time. You can do a little bit of progress. And feeling that you're doing progress in your life will help you to reduce these feelings of anxiety and depression that you might be hitting on, because these feelings are signals from your mind that something is not right, that there are things in your life that are not proper and that you need to work on. So if you're feeling anxious or depressed or angry, you need to figure out what's going on and set goals for you to get to a better place, for you to start living your life again the way you wanted to live. But this is not going to happen unless you know where you want to be. Let me know what are some of your goals that you would like to go after now that you've heard this. Share them in the comments below so we can all benefit from your ideas. So these are some of the most important habits that have helped me to stay sober and to start moving in the direction of my goals and my dreams. Because at the end of the day, you have to take care of yourself and you have to make sure that your drinking gets replaced by something else, by something better. Things that make your life better, that enhance your mind, and that can help the people around you as well. You can do this, and like anything else, habits take time to create. This is not going to happen from one day to the next, but like any other good habit, you will reap the rewards of changing into a better you, and stop doing the things that are not helping you to live the best version of yourself. If you want to learn more about how to manage the triggers and about urges that lead to relapses, check out this video right here. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and share with others that you think might enjoy this content. This is Alex Rivera with Activation Energy, and I will see you soon.